Okay, so you have learned how to solve systems of equations with two variables when you have two equations. What we're going to do now is we're going to solve a system of equations, and it has three variables. It has the x, the y, and the z. This is how I write my z's so I don't get them confused with twos. And we have three equations. Now, the rule here in general is that you can solve as many variables as you want, as long as you have that many equations. So I could have 7 variables and I can solve for them using these skills as long as I have 7 variables. I mean, 7 equations. Okay. So 3 variables, I need 3 equations. If I had 7 variables, I'd need 7 equations. That would be gross. We're not going to try to do that today, but we are going to work on solving these with the 3 equations. And eventually down the road, when we get a little further, I will show you an easier way to do this. But for now, I want you to learn the real math behind it, and then I can teach you shortcuts. So I'm going to start with these top 2 equations, and we're going to see if we can eliminate. We did solving systems by elimination the other day. We're going to see if we can eliminate one of the variables, okay? In this case, what I want to do is multiply this top equation by 10. So that is what I'm going to do. And guys, it doesn't truly matter what you pick. Some of them are going to play nicer than others. But it will all work out in the end if you just stick with it. So here we go. Let's multiply this first equation by 10. So we have 40x plus 10y plus 60z equals 120. Okay. And then we have this other equation underneath that I'm going to just write straight up underneath. And we are going to, in this case, add them because I've already got my subtraction symbol right here. So 10y minus 10y is going to be 0. And we are eliminating a variable, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So 40 plus 2x is 42x. 60 minus 2z is 58z. And 120 plus 12 is 132. Okay. I am checking because I don't want to make a mistake on this video because this is my second time recording it because I did make a mistake last time. Okay. Next step is we're going to do this again. Okay. And it doesn't, again, matter which equation you use, but this time, because we eliminated the y, we want to eliminate a y again. Okay, so I'm going to erase the symbols that I used before. Okay, because we're not multiplying that top one by 10 again. This time, what I want to do, I think, yeah, let's multiply the top one by 8. And we're going to use it with this equation. Okay, so we have the 3x plus 8y plus 19z equals 38. And then we're going to have our other equation, which is going to be 4x times 8. I lost my pen. That's 32x. Okay. 1y times 8 is 8y. 6 times 8 is, I feel like I'm wrong. 48. 6 times 8 is 48. Yeah, 48z. And then 12 times 8, I definitely don't know, but it's 96. I can calculate that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and subtract these from each other, just like we did before. 3x minus 32x is negative 29x. Plus 8y minus 8y is 0y, which is good. We got rid of the y just like we did before. Plus 19z minus 48z is negative 29z. That's weird. Equals 38 minus 96 is negative 58. Okay. So now we have two equations that just have two variables. Okay. We have this equation right here, and we have this equation right here. So I'm going to erase some of this other stuff. I know you guys have bigger sheets of paper than I do. And so you should be just kind of working methodically through this without erasing, but I have run out of space. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of line this up. I'm thinking, I'm going to check something. 29 times 2, I'm pretty sure is 58. Yeah, 29 times 2 is 58. We're going to be able to eliminate the z. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2 before I move it over here. Okay, so here we go. Negative 29 times 2 is negative 58x. Negative 29z times 2 is negative 58z. And negative 58 times 2 is 116. Negative 116. So now we have an equation that we can do elimination with. I'm going to erase this other so that we have this room back. And always back up if you need to see something I've already done. In the other cases, when I did elimination, I did subtraction because both of them were positive. Here, I already have a plus 58z and a minus 58z. So that's automatically going to 0 if I add them. So I'm just going to straight up do the operations here. So I'm basically pretending instead of I'm subtracting, I'm basically adding. So 42x minus 58 is negative 16x. Plus 58 minus 58 is 0. And 132 minus 116 is 16. Pull all that work to find that x is negative 1. Divide by negative 16. We have x equals negative 1. Gee, that was painful. I know it's painful. Okay. I also know that with perseverance, you can do it. And this does help build math perseverance. All right, let's plug this negative 1 back into any of these equations, any of these two equations, and we'll be able to get z. Okay, so 42 times negative 1 plus 58z equals 132. This is negative 42, so we're going to add 42 to both sides. We have 58z equals 132 plus 42, 174. Divide by 58 on both sides, and z equals 3. Okay, so we have x equals negative 1. We don't know y yet. And z equals 3. I'm going to erase this stuff and get us some room for our next step, our last step. Okay, and our last step is picking any of these equations, putting in our x and z, and then finding y. So let's go ahead and start with just this base top equation. We don't need to do any fancy multiplying. Okay, so 4x, so 4 times negative 1 plus y plus 6 times z, which is 3, equals 12. So this is negative 4 plus y plus 18 equals 12. We can combine like terms. So this is y plus 14. Subtract 14. Y equals negative 2. Okay. And so this is our final answer. It just took a while to get there. I don't know why I can't circle the top, but that's how you do this. It does take a lot of steps. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I also believe that you are capable And if you go through it very methodically, you will feel very accomplished when you do this. Okay. Now, if you run into a situation where you get really bizarre numbers and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere, that's when I do suggest just move down to the bottom of the page and try to eliminate a different variable, because one of the first takes that I did of this video, I tried to eliminate the X first, and I got bizarre numbers. And I am convinced that it would have worked eventually, but I was about to deal with a whole bunch of fractions and gross things in the interim, and I didn't want to do that. Okay. And so I didn't. I just started over, and that's okay too. All right. So good luck. If you get stuck, please let me know. And I'm here for you.